welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Houston offshore drilling rig injury attorney. Drilling forecasts are oil on an offshore rig combines powerful equipment with their high skills and low work hours. Accident and injuries almost certainly will happen. The cause of the accident often can be attributed to negligence by coworker or the employer. If you suffer an injury while working on an offshore oil or gas rig, you should contact an experienced maritime injury attorney. The attorneys at Doyle LLP have experience in drilling rig accidents and will fight to get clients the full amount of monetary compensation you deserve. Over 100% injured workers on Jacob Ridge, semi-submersible ridge, and drilling rigs located around the world. If you are hurt on the job in the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of Alaska, the North Sea, the coast of Africa, or other international locations, we can help you. We have helped clients include involving explosions and burns, loss of limbs and appendages, head and brain injuries, neck injuries, back injuries, trips, slips and falls, transportations, accident, collisions, and hit to the body, and then wrongful death. After suffering an injury while working on a rig, you and your family probably are feeling overwhelmed and confused. You can trust the experience and skills of the attorneys at Doyle LLP to guide you through the legal process of an injury claim. We will fight to get the compensation you deserve as quickly as possible. Compensation, which includes medical bills, rehabilitation, lost wages, and in some cases pain and suffering. Our team puts excessive effort in investigating your claim to ensure you have the best case possible. We will identify and interview witnesses and experts to determine what caused the accident. Our decades of experience allows us to understand what is needed to make a compelling case for full compensation. Our attorneys work on a contingency fee basis. You will not pay us unless we guide you to compensation. Contact our firm today to schedule a free consultation with one of our trusted and knowledgeable maritime attorneys. We will review your claim and answer your questions and concerns. Offshore tool injuries. Our team of experienced attorneys have dealt numerous times with offshore tool injuries claimed while working in the maritime industry. We work to obtain full compensation and damages from injuries caused by negligent employers. Tool injuries for seamen, commercial oil crews, fishermen, and other vessel crews are frequent and often serious. Heavy power tools with vibrations which cause hand, arm, and back injuries more often at sea than on land. The use of powerful tools aboard an oil rig happens often under adverse weather or sea conditions and can be highly dangerous and life-threatening. The unpredictable movement of the sea and the lack of wind base creates a mixture for a power tool to cause serious injuries. We pursue full compensation as quickly as possible. After suffering a maritime injury while working with power tools such as drilling equipment, you should contact a maritime injury attorney at Doyle LLP Trial Lawyers as soon as possible. Whether your injury occurs aboard a vessel or on a dock, the rules for recovering financial compensation will be covered under U.S. maritime laws such as the Jones Act. Navigating these laws requires the help of an attorney who has knowledge and experience in the area. Maritime injury claims fall under state or federal laws, allowing lawyers from different states to handle claims. If you are injured in U.S. inland or coastal waters, you can hire a qualified maritime injury attorney who will work with local counsel in your city. Free consultation. Contingency fee basis nationwide representation from our offices in Houston and Galveston, Texas, we fight for workers around the globe. Our attorneys believe in giving workers the ability to receive the compensation they deserve after injuring themselves in the workplace. Workers injured on vessels, oil rigs, and platforms, docks, and other maritime locations have been rewarded with successful claims for placing their trust in us. Workers injured at sea often are left facing incredibly complex rules and regulations when they pursue injury compensation. You are already suffering physically and financially and now face frustration about how to succeed. The attorneys at Doyle LLP can use their vast experience to guide you through the process and answer your questions and concerns. We are recognized as one of the top maritime injury claim law firms in the country. We have helped thousands of injured seamen, fishermen, oil workers, and other injured maritime workers get quick and fair treatment for their claim. Our attorneys work on a contingency fee basis. We do not receive payment unless we guide you to a successful claim. If you suffer an injury while working with tools in the maritime industry, please contact our attorneys today. Doyle LLP Trial Lawyers will guide you through the typical legal process and help you towards fair recovery as soon as possible. Offshore lifting injuries, only the strong survive maritime work as heavy lifting is a must. Moving heavy equipment, cargo, fish traps, or other gear requires specialized techniques for working aboard a moving vessel. The constant movement of the ocean creates a lack of strong support under the legs and already heavy objects take on more weight. The excess weight often proves too much for the natural limits that arms, legs, and the back can support, increasing the problem in the harsh truth that vessel owners rarely train workers with proper maritime lifting techniques. Maintenance and cure. If you are unable to work after suffering a lifting injury while working in the maritime industry, you are able to recover monetary compensation and medical care. After an injury, your employer must guarantee you receive proper medical care or he is liable for negligence. Maintenance and cure is a guaranteed right of every injury seaman. Cure gives workers the right to recover medical costs for necessary medical treatment and recovery after an injury. Maintenance gives workers financial compensation to cover daily living expenses. Our attorneys will work on your behalf if your employer wrongly denies you maintenance and cure after suffering a maritime lifting injury. Free consultation. Contingency fee. This is nationwide representation. Our firm based in Houston and with offices in Galveston has a well-earned reputation as a leading maritime injury firm across the world. Working with a successful firm like Doyle LLP allows you to understand your attorneys will fight hard and smart for your claims. We work on a contingency fee basis and represent clients nationwide. We will work on your behalf and only receive payment if we guide you to a successful result. Contact Doyle LLP to have a free consultation with one of our knowledgeable attorneys to receive your claim. Offshore work. Countless hazards. The offshore oil and natural gas industry has earned a reputation as one of the most hazardous industries. The compensation for injury claims can be among the highest. Even experienced offshore attorney presents your claim. A common hazard for oil and natural gas workers include oil spills. Exposure to oil from spills can result in serious health problems. Headache and memory problems can evade the brain. Explosions. Oil and natural gas are extremely volatile. Explosions can wreak havoc on wrecks, platforms, and vessels. The initial blasts and ensuing fires can do serious damage to exposed workers. Neck, shoulder, leg, and knee injuries. Work in the offshore industry causes great physical strain on the body. Sometimes these areas cannot handle the strain or are overworked and injuries occur. Chemical exposure. Chemical used on oil rigs or protected as trade secrets. What they are made of and do to the body can be hard to decipher. The short-term and long-term effects can cause serious harm to people working with them daily. Injuries due to fatigue use of over 20 hours are routinely caused by employers. Working this long increases the danger of accident and injuries at higher rates. Loss of limbs and appendages. Close work with heavy and complex equipment puts limbs, toes, and fingers at risk. Workers can get them trapped in machine or crushed by heavy weight. Losing hands, feet, fingers, or toes permanently changes one's life. Temporary or permanent incapacitation, life-changing and altering injuries are a constant threat to workers. Serious injuries can inhibit a person's ability to move and work. Paralysis can make ever working again impossible. The intense danger of some offshore jobs leads to higher rates of serious injuries impacting mobility. Toxic airborne exposure. Medical researchers are only beginning to understand the health effect or repeated exposure to airborne chemicals by drilling workers. The results are alarming and can pose serious threats to workers' well-being later in life. Unsafe surfaces. The chemical and water covering surfaces, ridge, platforms, and decks makes movement dangerous and work difficult. Slips, trips, and falls can serious competitors. Equipment injuries. The equipment employed in the drilling industry often is sophisticated and large. Equipment can malfunction and fail, leaving workers exposed to accident causing serious injury or death. The large and heavy equipment used in the offshore industry can instantly alter life with injuries or death. Transportation accident. Travel to and from rigs or other vessels is the highest cause of death in the industry. Helicopters operating in good weather conditions have routinely crashed, killed, or seriously injured workers. Death. Offshore oil and gas workers are 7 times more likely to die in the workplace compared to national industry worker averages. Our firm employs medical and maritime attorneys. The attorneys at Doyle LLP Trial Lawyers are highly accomplished in offshore oil and natural gas litigation. As your legal counsel, we gather all relevant evidence, including incident reports, witness statements, medical records, government investigation. We fight to FONA, the internal records of employers and insurance carriers. If anything went according to plan, employers and insurer would quickly and fairly address your claim and provide compensation promptly. Often this happens for cases Doyle LLP Trial Lawyers handle. Unfortunately, all cases are not like this. When employers or insurers decide to act in bad faith, the experienced maritime injury attorneys at Doyle LLP Trial Lawyers will persistently fight for your claim. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.